Ready? Smile. 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 Okay. All right.
Darling.
Hashtag couple goals. Wow.
Darling, I'm tired of pretending.
What?
We look perfect online, but we are falling apart offline. Maybe if we worked on us instead of our page.
Babe, but people admire us.
Darling, come on. We can't even talk without fighting.
Ah.
Hello and welcome back to Family Altar. This is Rite TV. If you are new here, we have family-focused conversations. We discuss how you can navigate your marriage, your family life, your parenting journey the best way possible. So if that's something that you would like to benefit from, you are welcome to Rite TV. The show is called Family Altar. My name is Rachel Mwine. I'm your host today, and joining me for tonight's conversation, or today's conversation, is none other than Reverend Jasper Tumuhimbise. He is a father, he's a husband. He is also the CEO of Church Commissioners Holding Company. And he's joining me to have a very pertinent conversation. We are discussing something that is very rampant in the generation and the era that we are in today, an era of technology, social media. We're talking image over intimacy. So if you're more concerned about your image and how you present yourself, your appearance, your performance over intimate connections or intimate relationships, then maybe this is the conversation for you. Welcome, Reverend.
Thank you so much.
It's always good to see you.
Same, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Glad
yes.
that we are able to meet again.
Again, yeah. I think I last saw you last year in around October.
Yes.
Yeah.
October, when we were in ministry.
When we were in ministry together, yes.
Yes.
And every time you and I get together, we have interesting conversations.
Yes,
especially
yes.
because we are in a similar space,
Yes.
the marriage space.
And the passion is the same.
Absolutely,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes.
So how have you been?
Very okay.
Very
and,
okay.
Very, very busy.
Busy.
But also busy counseling people so that the
Yes.
family altar may be able to burn.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We do need, there's a lot of work to be done there.
And especially these days, it is a lot.
It is a lot.
Yes.
There's so much that is coming against families. Some of it, we there's nothing to do about it.
Yes,
You know?
others it is a generation
Exactly.
which thinks that marriage is a show, not a covenant.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. So welcome again. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Before we get into our conversation, would like for you to watch the clip that we are going to air for you now, and then we'll get into our chat today.
Babe, see, this is perfect. Very perfect. Oh my goodness. Ready? Smile. 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 Okay. All right.
Darling,
Hashtag couple goals. Wow.
darling, I'm tired of pretending.
What?
We look perfect online, but we are falling apart offline. Maybe if we worked on us instead of our page.
Babe, but people admire us.
Darling, come on. We can't even talk without fighting.
Ah.
So, Reverend, interesting clip there.
Yes.
We were discussing it earlier and you said how it is very, very accurate. A very clear depiction of our society today. You know?
Accurate and very sad.
Very sad
The
indeed.
sad reality of what happens within marriages.
Yeah. And so, like I said earlier, that we live in a culture that rewards appearance over, intimacy
Yes,
and physical connection. We reward performance, we reward selfies, we reward, showing up on social media.
Yes,
I want us to talk about, how we have gotten to this point, image over intimacy.
Yes.
How have we seen image quietly take priority over
Yes.
intimacy in marriages and relationships
In
today?
fact, I wedded the couple. It was 29th May 2024. They wedded and spent together one day. And that's when
Reverend.
marriage,
Ended.
that's when I began knowing that publicity, image, and a show, for some it is more important than
The actual
actually
marriage.
intimacy.
Yes.
So they come to me after the wedding, and the lady told me all I wanted is
The
a ring and a picture of that beautiful gown, and she really looked beautiful, and to show my people on WhatsApp, social media, that things are okay, and the marriage is over. I tried to cancel, but I wouldn't go beyond a certain point. So the sad reality is some people just want a show. I have a ring in my hand, I am in a gown, a reverend or somebody registered to wed has declared the wedding, and for them that's it.
That's it.
No intimacy, no consummation of the marriage, nothing. And that's now the sad reality of going public rather than being intimate with the person whom you have married.
And I think a lot of it has to do with, the kind of era that we are in.
Yes.
We live in a world where we post our lives on social media, we put them on our WhatsApp status, for people to see. And I think it has created a mindset within us that it's important to show your marriage. But how is that affecting the actual intimacy?
Yes, so for some, that's the marriage. For some, being on WhatsApp, social media, Facebook is the marriage. And presenting that picture, that is actually fallacy rather than intimacy. I fasted Facebook for 5 years. Actually went back last year towards November. And the fasting was deliberate to just check myself, what am I missing? Because I had begun communicating, even the private life it is. And I found out later that, no, yes, be on Facebook, be on those social medias, but what is private must remain
private.
And so, to answer your question, this digital age where we think that to be seen by the public, putting a certain image is the marriage, is a fallacy.
It is.
Why? Because the real marriage is not about public, it is private. It is not about the show, it is a covenant. It is even not about how many people have liked my status and viewed it. It is, by the way, is my partner appreciating me the way I am. Because again, there is a statement behind the statement that you go to public to show the other one who never took you. Yes, to show the other one who never took you, or your competitor.
That I am the one in the position.
When things are bad, and you see that's why they die of stress.
True.
Yes, I mean, I read, somewhere somebody has committed suicide, somebody is over drinking drugs. The reason is we are putting on a show
That's
which
true.
we can't sustain.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. And I think aside from social media and the digital era, we also put on a show when we are having challenges
Yes.
back at home. Can we talk a bit about that?
Yes.
Why do we feel the need to pretend in public? And then we're not also seeking help in private. But
Yes.
when we come to functions, we are okay.
Yeah, and we are holding hands. And even kissing,
Right.
even where cultures don't kiss, but you kiss. To just show. You see, when there is trauma
Yeah.
or a disappointment, you want to make a public image to show that you are not disappointed. And that now ends up in more hollowness, but also it ends up in more distress. Because you can't sustain a public image. You can't sustain it.
It's not sustainable.
But it is, one, it is expensive. And then number two, some of us don't really care. Okay, I care more about...
You as the one who is watching.
Yes, I'm okay. No, if you're okay, relax.
Yes.
And thank God for being okay. But it's not a public show. Then, but more importantly, that they put that image so that people may think that is all okay. So they can't seek counsel. I have said they can't seek counsel because the public knows
They are
the image
okay.
is okay. Then second, it is pride. Pride makes you what you are not. You begin thinking, I can't even go to see Reverend. I can't go to see this counselor. I'm more wise
Than this
than
person.
them. But then lastly, it affects not only our intimacy, but also the other partner who is not posting. Because even in the clip, she was forcing him
The
to
husband.
smile.
Yes.
Please smile.
Smile.
And in the bed. Now,
Yes.
I don't know whether that's a smile.
No.
You can't even call it a sneer.
No.
This man is pretending, and for some time he can pretend, but he will be able to burst out like a volcano. In fact, I'm handling a couple where they had tried for 4 years
Wow.
for the lady not to check on his phone. But after 4 years, the man snapped. And they are now separate. 3 children. And it is tough. The question, I even told the lady once in 2022 that let's fast looking at his phone for 21 days. The 13th day,
She couldn't help
she
herself.
couldn't, and she was slapped. So she rang me, Reverend, I have been slapped. I said, what did you do? Okay, when the phone rang, I was tempted to touch it.
Oh.
Then I said, you see, we can't find a solution
Yeah.
when your desire is not to get it.
Yes.
So this issue of sending messages, I'm okay or what? No, leave it. If you are okay, thank God and ask God to maintain that okayness. But really sending it to public is a disaster.
It's a disaster. And of course, we don't condone physical violence. I think
Never.
We may be laughing, but we do take this conversation very seriously.
Very serious.
Yeah.
In fact, they are now separate.
Oh,
Because I told her, no, you can't be beaten. No.
No,
I do not tolerate
Yeah.
any domestic violence in any form, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes,
Emotional, physical,
Yes,
mental, all of that.
mental, yeah.
We do not condone it. So there are people who, yes, they want to maintain a good image. They are not seeking counsel. But there are people who are also afraid to be shamed.
Yes.
They fear the unknown. So they would rather put on a show and show that we are okay. Have you interacted with couples like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
There are so many. Of course, we have temperaments that a Jasper will be want to be all over.
Yes.
But he's married to a lady Peace. She knows, we call her Melancholy, who never wants any public show.
Yeah.
To the extent that when I'm preaching, to introduce her, I must request, today, should I introduce you
Or
or
not?
not? And I have found out that
Yeah.
for her keeping her space
Is important to
is
her.
important.
Yeah.
And we have maintained that. So to answer your question, really, let's set our parameters as married people. If you want publicity, what can you publish? Because, I mean, I'm also on these gadgets, but there are certain things that happen in our family, even nice moments, where as a family we said, don't post this.
Yeah.
So let there be a minimum of limits so that everyone is able to regulate themselves, because your happiness might be somebody's and happiness.
That's true.
And their prayers might be answered. That, hey, this one is happy. Let me pray that they want to be happy.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and prayers are answered either positive
or negative.
Or negative. So for me, I think it's setting the parameters between a retro and the husband to say, in this one, we can. And when you post now, I have ever posted on the status where children were saying, Daddy,
that
remove, and I quickly remove.
Really?
Yeah, without even any reasoning. On Sunday, for example, I was preaching in St. Luke's and Tina, and my daughter was in the congregation. She saw me on the phone, sent a message, Daddy, don't be on the phone. And I put it down. Full stop. So
your daughter checked you.
So that we don't make a spectacle over the gadgets which we should use actually to be more happy.
That's true.
Yes,
that's very true. Let's talk about some remedies for couples, because I know there are people who are watching today who are saying, "Hey, I'm seeing myself in the way they are talking about couples who prioritize image, and showing their best foot forward, or showing off on social media. Some of it is harmless, it's innocent, but let's talk about how couples can build intimacy over image. What are some of those things they need to do? Like your daughter said, put down the phone.
Yes, and so number one, set limits.
Set limits, yes.
That I need to know that beyond this time, no WhatsApp, no Facebook, even no phone. So previously, when children were still at home, we would all have an offertory for phones.
Really?
From daddy to mommy, everybody would put the phones into the offertory basket. We put them somewhere. But when they moved out, of course, because of emergencies, you may need to leave a certain phone on. And that's okay. So the limits are beyond this time, no phone. Secondly, prayer time, Bible time. No what?
No gadgets.
No gadgets. And of course, there you can say, instead of using the gadget, let's have the real Bible or real what. But we pray from 9 to 9:30, for example, at home. TV, phones are off. Why? Because that's our prayer time. So in other words, prioritize prayer over, sending things, especially that time. Number 3, if it is possible, read it together, even when it is on WhatsApp, or post it together. Meaning, if I have something to post, I ask my wife, oh, by the way, honey, can I post this? And she checks. We post to what? Together. And on which platforms? Together. So that now one can regulate another. Then, number 4, which is even more important, especially that lady, what she was doing, don't pretend. If you are happy, be happy. If your husband is not happy, allow him not to be happy. Maybe post yourself that you are having a birthday and with the flowers, but don't force your partner to be like you, because again, we have different temperaments. And that 4th point actually is important, because when I know that somebody again doesn't like publicity, I need to respect their what? Their privacy. Because privacy actually increases intimacy rather than public.
Say that again.
Privacy increases intimacy rather than public.
Wow.
In fact, people who are in public, in the crowd, those ones just know that they have very deep struggles. And when I'm counseling, that's number 5. When I'm counseling couples, I normally tell them, please live within your means. Don't take this lady into the skies. After the wedding, she's dropping at 9.81. What? Gravity. She'll crash. Why? Because you put her in the crowds. Food is there. The type of dressing. The what? The money was splashed. But then when I reach home, there is no food. So public, she's in the sky. He is in the sky. But private, she has crashed. And we call it the withdrawal syndrome or deep freezing. That when I reach home, I must now bring myself to the reality that in this marriage, there is no food. When on our party, everybody ate. In this marriage, there is no decoration, no flower. When decoration costs about 150 million. So reality will now hit that lady that man, and they will begin saying that, oh, I think I believe the lie, and then they crash. So those are some of the principles which you can use.
Yeah.
But really, bottom line, now let me say this: whatever is pleasurable, it is for both of you too, not the public. And whatever is a principle, it can be for the public.
I like that.
So whatever is pleasurable, it is between me and my wife, not for the public.
Yeah.
But whatever is a principle,
That can
where
be
you
shared.
can teaching, you can
Yes,
share, because
yes.
you are teaching people like now, and you are teaching people. That's okay. But these other private things,
They should be kept
it
private.
should be kept
Yes,
private for
yes.
intimacy to be better.
You have said something that has amazed me, that privacy promotes intimacy.
Yes.
And I think for couples that are watching today, back to, I think the first thing you said about what they can do is to set limits.
Yes.
I think from time to time, evaluate yourself. I'm spending too much time on social media. I'm spending too much time promoting an image.
Yes.
But what is actually happening at home? You know, what are the kind of conversations I need to be having
At home, yeah.
with my partner?
Yes.
You know, what would you say to a couple who is watching today and they've prioritized image over intimacy, and maybe time has gone apart, they've grown apart from their partner? What would be a good starting point?
Yeah, the starting point is really to, I call it self-check, to just say, by the way, in this struggle, what did I do that facilitated this separation? And then secondly, now check the other one. But it is out of your standard that you are now checking the other one. That way he spends more time on this, because in the clip, one was on phone, another one was in a book.
Yes.
Now, the book may sound better, but it's also a book.
It is.
It is also.
It is not your wife.
It is not your wife.
Yes.
And we don't know which type of book he was reading.
That's true.
Maybe if it is spiritual, we can say, this is the spiritual husband. But it's still, and they are in bed, meaning that actually they forgot to set limits on what can go into the bedroom or not. So the first thing is self-reflection. Then the second thing is set those limits that for us, phone is the phone which will enter the bedroom, is this one for emergency.
Yes.
Then number 3, in the case of an exception, discuss it. Okay, go and say, by the way, I expect a call from Rachel
At such
beyond
a time.
a certain time. Can I get it? By the way, for my wife, if she says no, I will switch off.
Really?
Because Rachel, my wife is more important.
That's true.
Okay, we do
Than
things
me.
together,
Than other people.
but I'm now real.
Yes.
My wife and her needs are more important than anyone in this world other than God. Of course, in terms of this is God, your partner, then your children, if you have. So this call, maybe it is going to bring in money, and your wife is saying that the money you bring, I don't even
Need it.
You get it. So it means you must have a debate on if it is an exception, how do I handle it? Then finally, if you need to say sorry, knock, kneel down if you're a man.
Otio?
Yes.
Okay.
If you're a real man, cry if you're a real man, and say, I'm sorry. Vulnerability
It's important,
in front of a person is better than being a hero when your marriage is being ruined. And for me, again, I tell men, I tell women, be vulnerable. After all, what don't they know? By the way, we are pretenders.
Yes.
My wife knows everything vulnerable about me. So if I cry, let me cry. She already knows that this will make Jasper cry.
Yeah.
And then if all those fail, then get counsel. And we have professional counselors. We have some of these platforms where you can call Rachel, call me, so that we are able to do what? To rebuild our marriages.
Yeah. That's very, very key. I mean, as we begin to wrap up, I wanted you to talk a bit about the cost of prioritizing image over intimacy? Because there might be someone watching today who is like, you guys don't understand. Me, my entire job, my entire career is on social media, you know, and I'm not about to let my enemies see me fail. So I will push that image until, but talk about the cost of prioritizing, you know, image over intimacy.
Yeah, Jesus asked a serious question. What does it profit a man or woman to gain the whole world and lose their own soul? So what does it profit you to be all over social media, even in newspapers, and then you lose the very marriage which you are promoting outside?
Yeah.
So 2 things, actually 3. Number 1, just evaluate what you put in public and what it did to you. Just evaluate and be genuine. When I posted this and it had 1,000 hits, eventually what did I gain? You'll find that actually you need another post
to get more.
1,000 hits and more. Yes. So that's number 1. What did I gain? Number 2, how is it having an effect on my partner? Okay, because this public image is more individualistic rather than partnership. So I want to promote Jasper, the brand of Jasper, over my wife, Peace. So the question is why? Meaning it is individualistic drive that is driving me rather than the family drive. And so you will not find me really promoting Jasper brand. I tried long ago and I failed. Then lastly, which is more important, again, suppose you are private and you build a marriage. Who will gain? Your partner, your children, your parents will be okay. But when you post outside there and they are saying, wow, look at Jasper, and then I'm losing eventually. My father and mother know that I'm struggling. My children know that actually after preaching I met a child, she was crying. We shall come to it, that my parents are not together. I'm 16 years. I want to go to school. I want my parents to be okay. And you'll find out actually some of the reasons are that one. Public image. I have been asked her, are they together? Yeah. When they move out, everybody knows that we are the best family. But Dad and Mama are ever fighting.
Oh my.
And they are not together. So what do I want my child to know about me? It isn't what I post on social media. It is what they have seen me doing, either rightly or wrongly, and that's what should define a marriage.
Yeah. I don't know if you have any final words on this particular subject, because we've talked a bit about what people are doing. We've made our observations. We've also talked about the cost of prioritizing image over intimacy. We've also talked about how people can reconnect after prioritizing this image. As we begin to end, I want you to talk a bit about vulnerability. It's something that you hinted on from your experience. How important is that in creating that connection and creating intimacy?
Yes, and in fact, I normally, when I'm talking to young people, I normally ask, if you're able to open up your body to anybody, what about this phone?
Yeah.
So you put a pattern, somebody goes even to M10 Airtel for printouts, all that distress. But yet, they know more than the phone.
Yeah.
So, Jasper Tumuhimbise, and I pray that everybody will be like me. If it is a wallet, let her see how much is there. If she says there is a lot of money, we thank God, please take it.
Okay.
If she says it is empty, I say let's pray for more money. The phone, she's free to pick it anytime, and I'm free to pick her phone anytime and use it to call anybody.
Yeah.
But also receive calls. If it is a lady, I want Reverend, she will say, oh, Reverend is not around, please call after. And let me tell you, it has brought us peace.
Wow.
So my parting shot is seek peace. Don't seek popularity. Seek to be intimate don't seek publicity. Because again, publicity will be horror, but intimacy will actually build your generation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Build your generation, set the pace for your children
Yes.
and your children's children.
Yes.
If they are learning from you and seeing that our parents are being honest with each other and they are building
Yes.
a bond, then they are going to do the same in their
That's
marriage.
sure the phone is not able to separate
It's
them.
not. It really shouldn't.
Yes.
Well, there you have it. I really hope that you've enjoyed our conversation today and picked something for your own relationship and your own marriage. That image over intimacy is a no-go. You're the one who loses eventually. So prioritize intimacy, and I hope you've picked some tips on how you can start with vulnerability. I think that's always a good place to start to build closeness with your partner. Until next time, it's God bless from myself and from Reverend Jasper. Bye-bye.